I'm here. Hey everybody, sorry for being late. Oops, hold on. Let me just fix my little video thing here. Let me just lock everything down. Make sure that's all working the way it's supposed to be. Sorry, I had some technical problems. Thought we were gonna have to cancel, and then somehow I stumbled upon the fix. So yeah, so I figured I would jump back on, and if everyone left, that's okay. I really do apologize. Sorry. Things happen, man. Things happen. We're having some issues where the Ecamm, my video software, wasn't seeing my video camera for some strange reason. Anyway, can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Let me know how everything is and everything is looking and sounding. That would be wonderful if you could do that. Again, welcome. Thanks for joining. It's been a long time since I've seen any of you guys. It's been over a month. Hold on, let me just double check everything and make sure everything is the way it's supposed to be. How's everything looking and sounding? Can you guys let me know in the chat just to make sure everything is working the way I'm expecting it to be? That would be really wonderful of you guys if you could do that. Let me know. Let me see if all the comments were, hey Braxel. Yeah, I know. You know what happened, Braxel? That was a scheduling mishap on my part. There were no technical issues that night. I was supposed to go live, and then I realized I had another commitment. It was poor scheduling on my part, so I had to pull it down. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was all on me. But yeah, no, tonight was an issue where, like I said, my it wouldn't see my, it would hear my audio, but it wouldn't see my my video camera. And I rebooted and booted and rebooted and booted my computers, all my cameras 3 times. Nothing seemed to work. Switching out cables. And then I booted it one more time, and the 4th time it all turned on. So I don't know, man. I'm telling you, if you were here and you saw, it's like a little television studio in here with all the video stuff that I have going on. It's amazing that any of this stuff works. So I don't know. Okay, you guys saying it's looking good. Okay, it looks good. Awesome. If it sounds okay, let me know if my audio is loud enough. It should be. It looks like it is, but if it's not, I can jack that up a little bit. I just want to make sure we're not clipping. Let's see who's here. Some guys may be kind of funneling back in here. I know there was some people texting me, and then yeah, so hopefully people will join back. So anyway, it's been over a month, right? Since the last live stream. I've been so many, Braxel says, can I turn up myself a little bit more? Yeah, sure. Let me try that. Let me try that here. Hold on. Let me try that. Let me know if that is any better. I don't want to go too much into the red there. I don't want to clip the video, because once we record it on YouTube, it's there forever. So let me know if that's any better, guys. Audio is good, video is good. Daryl says that's great. Okay, I turned myself up a little bit more, but I don't want to get too crazy, because if we start clipping, we're screwed. Once it's recorded that way, I can't do anything about it. So hopefully that'll be good. It looks like it's okay, but I just want to be sure. So Chris is here. Hey, Chris, how you doing? So yeah, it's been a while since we've gotten together. It's been so busy here, man. It's been unbelievable. It's nonstop here, which is good for me, but it's just really busy. But I got a bunch of new stuff I want to tell you about. Okay, Braxel said it sounds good. Okay, good. That's awesome. Where do I start? So let's see. So what's been going on here? Well, you guys have been watching on the channel the video history lesson. This week was week 5, which I think is the last video that I did, for all the kind of look back at the whole studio and how we, you know, where we started with all of this, and when David SJ was here with me setting it up and all the things we were doing. So if you didn't have a chance to watch parts 1 through 5, it's really an interesting thing to go back and look at. I had forgotten. all the things that all the different configurations, all the different issues we ran into. And was really kind of, what was really kind of interesting for me was more of, as we were just talking about what we were going to do and processes and what we were thinking and how we were configuring things and how we were kind of just thinking how things were going to be done. And almost, I would say 85% of all the stuff that we thought we were going to do or what we were doing back then, none of it applies today. It's amazing how much you learn over the course of time, and to go back and look at, in a way, how wrong I was on certain things. We were right with a lot of things too, but just the whole journey of going back and looking at that footage was really cool. So if you're fairly new to the channel and you haven't been watched all the videos on the channel and you want to see kind of maybe a summary of from the time I ordered the SSL to the time we installed it, and then all the different, configurations, go back and check out the last 5 weeks, parts 1 through 5. I think you'll find it interesting. I found it really interesting. So that was the last video in the series. I didn't do any more yet. I might do more in the future. I have other videos I need to do for you guys. Says you really went a long way in a short time. You've acquired a ton of stuff. You ain't kidding, man. Way more stuff than I thought. So we got some more videos that are going to be coming. Actually, this coming Tuesday, there may or may not be a video. It depends if I get to a few of the unboxing stuff, which I'll tell you about tonight. So that's what's been going on over the last 5 weeks. And the reason why one of the reasons why I wanted to go back and kind of summarize, up to this point, or at least the first year and a half of the studio, was also because I needed to buy some time, because I'm so busy with client projects, and I'm just about to finish up a course, the Mixing Master Class, that I did in 2019 was the first one. And it was time to redo it and put out volume 2. So I just finished today the automation section of that course. So that course is going to come out in the beginning of July. That course is almost 8 hours long. It's got 24 videos in it. Really, really cool. It's all in the box. I'm doing it over here on this system, but it's all in the box. It's all for my in-the-box mixers, where we're really kind of simulating what it's like to work on a real client project. So that's what that's all about. It's called the Mixing Master Class. There was a Mixing Master Class Volume 1 that, like I said, I released in 2019 or late 2019, and that did really well. And I knew it was time to upgrade that. So I just finished that today. I'm just done with the video editing. I got to do all the website preparation stuff. You'll be hearing about that over the next couple of weeks. It's going to come out July 1st. Now, what's going to be unique about that is, which I've never done with any of my regular courses before, is there's going to be, for the first month that that course is on sale, another mixing contest. And this time we're giving away some cool prizes. I'm giving away to the first place prize winner. If you saw it, Home Recording Made Easy today on the YouTube channel, the Icon QCon Pro, or the Icon, whatever they call, Icon V1TM, the new DAW controller, their flagship DAW controller. That is going to be the first place grand prize for the mixing contest, for the Mixing Master Class. Not only the master section with the 8 faders, but also the 8 fader extension. So it's a $2,000 grand prize for the actual DAW controller. That's going to be the first place prize in the mixing contest. The second place prize is going to be a combination of some drum microphones, a couple of a drum microphone kit, I think by PreSonus, with a couple of pencil condenser mics and a couple of large diaphragm condenser mics, as well as the IK Multimedia ARC room correction system. That's going to be part of our second place prize, and I'm still working on the third place prize. So this will be something that I've never done on one of my regular courses, where I've instituted a mixing contest as part of the sale of the release of the course. So that'll be really cool. So hopefully you guys will really dig that. It's a really good course. I think you're really going to like it. Got some really cool multi-tracks. So that's what I've been doing over the last 3 weeks, has been recording that entire course. And like I said, I just finished most of it today. And so I'm getting on the final stages of that for that to come out in July. So be be aware of that, and stay tuned to homerecordingmadeeasy.com, because that's where the course is going to be sold. Then right after that, I'm getting ready to do the next hybrid mixing course. Hybrid mixing country is coming up probably sometime in September is when that course will be released. And then maybe if I get time, I have on my schedule to do a mixing hybrid metal course, hard rock metal, which probably will come out sometime around the holiday. So 3 big training courses, one right after the other. The hybrid mixing courses will also have mixing contests attached to them. And we got some really cool gear. Some of the gear I want to tell you about tonight. I can't show it to you because it's not unboxed, but I want to tell you what's here. Because the last time we spoke on the live stream, I was waiting for a bunch of stuff. And now the stuff is here. So you guys, if you're going to ask some questions, just type in the chat. I'll get to you. Nice to see you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So last time we talked, we were waiting on a bunch of stuff from Stam Audio. Well, I got some stuff from Stam Audio. I finally got 2 of their units in. They're sitting, you can't see it. It's way back there. It's still in the boxes. I have to do an unboxing video. That's why I'm not showing it to you here. But what I received was this, they have a stereo Pultec, which I have here, which I'm dying to check out. What makes their Pultec unique, not only is it stereo, but it also has a way to switch the output section from a tube style Pultec to a solid state style Pultec, which is really cool. So one of the things about Stam Audio that I like, that makes them a little unique in what they do, is that they build these classic pieces like a lot of companies do, but then they add extra features in there, and they'll sometimes put 2 versions of the same piece in one box. Kind of like the Pultec. They do that with some of their 1176s. They do that with some of their SSL bus compressors. So I got that stereo Pultec. It is here. The unboxing video will be done probably early next week. I don't know if it'll be ready for Tuesday's normal video release date, but it will be by the following Tuesday. That's the first thing I got from them. The second thing I got from them is a pair of 500 series API preamps that we're going to do some videos on. And those preamps are going to be given away as part of the mixing contest for one of the hybrid mixing courses coming up, probably hybrid mixing country. We will give away those API pre's because I really don't need them here, but I'm really interested to check them out. And Josh over at Stam Audio said I can absolutely give them away as part of a contest. So we'll do some videos. We'll take a listen, obviously, at one point, and then I will I'll put them in as part of one of the prize packs for the mixing contest, which will be really cool. Because I really want more of you guys to get involved in the hybrid courses that I'm putting out. A lot of people bought the first 2 that we did last year, but this year I really want to get you guys more involved. And the way I want to get you guys more involved is I want to offer some prizes and a contest to get you guys more excited about doing that. I think a lot of people seem to like that. And if I have companies that are willing to donate some really cool gear as part of the prize packs, and if I can help you guys and give you guys some cool gear and you guys get some great training at the same time, I think that's a win-win for everybody. So those API preamps from Stam are here. The other things that are being shipped, I'm told next week, will be the SSL bus compressors that we talked about. So they have 3 bus compressors, 3 SSL styles. One as a normal style, another one with an API, a Neve mod in it, and then one with a Fairchild mod in it. And as I spoke to Stam the other day, they're actually making another enhancement to it, which I'm going to get the latest version. So I'm going to get 3 of those compressors in here. I won't keep all 3. At least one of those will be given away at one point as well. Not sure which one, but one of them will be. So we're going to have some more cool stuff I can give away. So that's the Stam Audio stuff. And then sometime in August, September, we are working on the possibility of me getting a 670 in here. Something that I'm going to pay for, or we're going to work out a deal. He's not giving it to me. So we're going to work out a deal. But we may have a Stam Audio 670 coming in the fall. That's kind of what we're going to do. So that's one company, only one of the companies I'm working with that sent some gear to me that you guys are going to be able to check out and be able to win some of it, which is really cool. I got another company I'll tell you about in a minute. But let me go check out the chat and see who's here and just say hi to everyone. Again, I'm sorry that I'm late, and I'm sorry that I had technical problems. I know about Braxel, Studio 22. Hey, what's up, brother? Daryl is here. Robert's here. Hey, Robert, how are you? I know a lot of people probably came and left because they saw I wasn't going live. John Doe is here. Hey, John Doe, how are you? Chris is here. Hey, Chris, what's up, buddy? So if you guys have any questions about anything, certainly hit it up right now, and I'll stay on here as long as you guys want me to. We probably had a lot more viewers and everybody bailed on me, and I understand. I'm sorry about the technical problems, guys. So it happens, man. Hey, what's going on, man? NC43, good to see you. Hey, Tracy, what's up? Maybe some people are starting to find their way back because I was late. I know David SJ was texting me, and it looks like he might have bailed. Sorry, Dave, if you see this on the replay. I thought we were going to cancel, and then suddenly the camera came up, and I was like, oh, let me jump on. I'm 30 minutes late, but whatever. So I hope you guys are all doing well. Let me know what you guys are doing in your studio. You got any new gear, any new projects, what's going on? If you have any questions or anything you want to talk about with me, feel free to ask, and I'll feel free to answer and help you guys out any way I can. And I can tell you about another company I got some gear coming from, which will be good. No worries, man. Let's see. You had some with the controllers. Oh, I wonder about these controllers. There are so many. You got the PreSonus fader controller years ago, but you had all this programming to make it work. You got frustrated, so you stopped messing with it. Yeah, you know, all these dock controllers, and I've tested all of them. The only ones that I've not tested are the Avid ones because they're just too expensive. They all have their pros and cons. They all work. They all do some things really well, and then they do other things not so well. And it all really depends on your workflow and what you're really looking for it to do. It's not an end all be all. Like some people think, and the way they kind of market these things in a way is that once you have your faders, it's almost like being on an analog console. You really don't need to touch the mouse and keyboard anymore. That's really not true. It's really not true. I've played with enough of them to know that it's just not true. You could get your hand off the mouse and keyboard for, a good portion of the time, but some of them are just more clunky than others, but they all do certain things really, really well. And the Icon one is no different. The Icon one is probably one of the nicer looking ones, one of the more cosmetically pleasing ones. The new Icon controller that I just did the video for feels really good. It does all the things well that the DAW controllers do. But again, when you get into plug-in control and mapping a bunch of things, it doesn't do that stuff great. It does it okay, but it's not great. So I guess it really depends on your workflow and what you like. I find that as much as I would love to be completely tactile with those controllers, it just isn't. There's too many things you still got to do in the DAW when you're working all in the box that these controllers just don't do well. But if you're into it, it's cool. Some people really like them. Like I really like the SSL UC1, the plug-in controller. To me, that's brilliant. That's probably the best plug-in controller on the market. And now that they have it so you can map any plug-in to it with their new 360 software update, that's really cool. But I'll be honest, I tried it. It works. I really don't like that. And you know why? Is because you have to, depending on what plugin you map to it, pardon me, it will physically work. But then you got to remember where you mapped all the different controls. And so I don't think it's feasible to just try to map a whole bunch of plugins to that 360, because when you bring the plugin on the screen, you're going to forget where all the knobs are because it's not the same. Now, when you're using a straight on SSL channel strip with that UC1, it's brilliant because what you see on the screen is identical to what you see in front of you. So, when you reach and grab something in the top left-hand corner of the hardware, you're twisting the knob in the top left-hand corner of the plugin. As soon as you start mapping different kinds of plugins to that controller, a lot of that goes away. So What I think is probably really cool about that UC1 where you can map any plugin is, let's say you had 1 or 2 plugins that you used all the time and you wanted to map them and you're just going to remember where you mapped the certain controls. That would be really cool. But it's not, at least for me, to me, it feels more clunky than what it's worth. But I think it's a good idea. But I love it for the channel strip stuff. For the channel strip stuff, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I love it. Really, really like it a lot. But when you get into the fader thing, it's cool, but it's just, I find it too clunky. And you know the biggest thing that I don't like about it, and then I'll move on and we'll get to more stuff in the chat. The biggest thing I don't like about the controllers with the faders, no matter who the company is, when you're working in the box, is the fact that as soon as you have a session that exceeds the amount of physical faders you have on your DAW controller, so if you have 8 faders or 16 faders or 24, as soon as you got to hit the bank button, as soon as that happens, it completely screws me up. Because when you hit the bank button, whether you just cycle over 1 channel at a time or 8 channels at a time, now what used to be channel 1 on your DAW controller, let's say the kick drum, and it's channel 1 in your DAW and your mixer, whatever DAW you're using, as soon as you bank over, channel 1 is now physical fader number 9 on your DAW controller, but it's still physical fader 1 in the DAW. You understand what I mean? So it's kind of what I found, and I've tried to work that way for like 4 or 5 mixes in a row over at mixingmadeeasy.net, my mixing membership website, and my students got to see me struggle with it. As soon as you got to hit the bank button, for me, you get all discombobulated to where you are. It doesn't work. Then you find yourself searching for, where is my track now? And even though there's little scribble strips on there, you find yourself hunting and pecking around for the tracks more than anything else. That's the thing I don't like about it. It's great that you can have 1 DAW controller and have an unlimited amount of faders, and if you don't mind banking and searching for where everything is, it's cool. But to me, it completely slows down the workflow, at least for me. But anyway, but we're giving away the Icon controllers as part of the mixing contest for the Mixing Masterclass. So that's going to be really cool. And it is a very cool controller if you're into those things. Okay, let me scroll down here and see where we're at. Oh, Kaiser. Hey, Kaiser says, Luna for Windows, they're not ready yet. Yeah, I know it just came out. I don't use any Windows machines, so I'm never going to test it. But I've heard it's got some bugs, but they finally released it for Windows. I didn't think it was ever going to happen. Will eventually work better with Windows, probably. It still works well with Mac. I like Luna, but it's still got some of its shortcomings, but it's been around. It hasn't been around that long, comparatively speaking to other DAWs. But yeah, I've heard some people trying out Windows and they've had some issues with it. So hopefully they'll get that worked out. Unfortunately, I won't be testing it because I just don't use Windows. Hey, Logic 718, good to see you, man. Again, sorry for being late tonight. Hi, Tracy. So there's been a lot of YouTube buzz on the Behringer 369. Pretty inexpensive. Any thoughts to pick one up for a review? No. Nope. Nope. Unless they're going to send me one to try it. I have the Stam Audio 609. There's no reason for me to have it. Unless they're going to send it to me, which they're not. I probably have no real interest in doing it. I'm not a fan of Behringer. Behringer to me just reeks low quality stuff and all the, you know, and I know there's some good stuff out there by them, but I've never been a fan of their stuff. They're really inexpensive stuff, and it may be great. I don't know, but I have no desire to pick one up and review one. If they wanted me to send me one to try it, I would try it, but I would be honest and I would compare it to a more expensive one and tell you what I thought. But yeah, I hear there's a lot of buzz on it. I use automation on my console, kind of basic, but it works well. Oh, cool. Yeah, hey, Zona, you have an API, right? You have an API. Is that the best controller, the one in front of you? Oh, you mean the SSL, or are you talking about the console? This is the SSL UF1. This I love because I use it for the transport and for scrubbing. I've also programmed some of the keys to do some things in my DAW when I'm working over here, and I like having the one fader here, which is cool. And it's got the meters and stuff here, which is nice. But I mostly use it for transport and scrubbing in the DAW. That's what I use it for over here. And it is nice. I like the UF1. If I was gonna do a DAW controller setup all in the box without using all the faders, I would just have the UC1 and a UF1, one fader. Because in the DAW, you can only work on one thing at a time anyway. You can only work on one thing at a time. So to have all those faders and the whole banking dilemma that I just talked about, for me, I wouldn't need it. But I like the UF1. This is nice for the transport and whatnot. I like it a lot. Folder tracks fix the banking of tracks. Yeah, you know, I've tried. I just don't like it. I don't like the workflow. I don't like the workflow. Because when you're working, you want to just start scrolling down your console to move around. I don't know. I guess well, again, I know lots of guys that use these things and love them, and they just really like them, and that's cool. Like I said, it's not for everybody. I am so used to working on a real desk that channel 16 is always channel 16, and the EQ is always right here, and I never have to hunt and peck. I never have to go from folders to buses to audio to MIDI. It's all just one-to-one right in front of me. That is the fastest workflow on the planet, I guess, unless you have such a muscle memory built into the controllers. I tried it with 2 SSL UF8s, and I didn't like it. And I tried like 4 or 5 mixes with it and just could not get comfortable with it. As much as I think they're great products, it's just not for me. But everybody's different. So, you know, again, it's totally cool. It's just not for me. It's not for me. You think I will make a mistake buying those BA550s? You did a video on it, but I'd like to check with you again. I sent them back. They were okay. They sounded okay. I just didn't feel like I needed them, so I sent them back. They're not in the rack, but you guys heard them in the video. They sound pretty good. So I guess it depends on what you're looking for. You know, depends on what you're looking for. I didn't think they were bad. I just feel like they really didn't do anything for me. I ended up with the Neve 551s, which are completely different, which I like. Those are something I had a need for, and I used them quite a bit. But the BAE stuff is good. I listened to them. I thought they were cool, and I was like, I really don't need them. There's no reason for me to keep these. I'll send them back. And so I did. But I thought they were cool. So, let's see what else. Okay, so I'll tell you about the other company that there's a new company, brand new, handmade, kind of a boutique pro audio company called Z&H Designs. You can look them up on Facebook. They're there. They have a website that just went live. They make handmade, again, of the classic gear. They reached out to me about 2 months ago. They're a brand new company. Wanted to know if I wanted to try some of their stuff. They got some stuff there of things I don't need. Like they make an 1178. I really don't need them to send me that. But they do make a couple of cool products. One being the Soundtech 250 Mastering EQ, which they sent me, which I have. Again, it's got to be unboxed. Don't know anything about their company other than what's on their website. And I talked to them a couple of times on Zoom, and they seem like they're really good guys. And they seem like they got, you know, they seem like they build everything by hand. Everything looks to be of high quality, but I haven't put my hands on any of it, and I haven't heard any of it. But they just sent me their version of the Soundtech 250. I'm going to unbox it next week. We'll do some videos on that as well. And I'll let you guys know what I think of this company. They're also going to be sending me their version of the LA3A. And they're also going to be sending me their version of the 500 series, the API 560s. They have a 560. And then they also have, what was the other one they have? I want to say it was like a solid state Pultec. I got to go back and look at my notes. It's another 500 series EQ. So they're going to send me some gear as well. We're going to check them out. We're going to be one of the first YouTube channels to feature them. We'll see if the stuff's any good. and I'll let you guys know. It could be a cool company. Their pricing is probably on the same level as like a Stam Audio. They're not super high priced, but they're not warm audio priced. So we'll see. But I don't know of anyone that's made the Sontec. That's a high-end mastering EQ. That would be interesting to try. And I would also be interested in trying their version of the LA3A, which might be kind of cool. So some of that gear is going to come. Some of that gear is going to be given away as well. Stuff that I'm not keeping will be given away in some mixing contests that I'm going to have coming up over the next, 3 months to a year, depending on how things kind of fall out. So a lot of this gear is going to be given away. I'm not going to put it on Reverb and flip it and sell it. If the company's giving me the gear to do a review and I don't have a personal use for it, I want to try to give it out to some of my followers, as part of a course. So when you're getting a course from me, you're getting an opportunity to get involved in a contest and maybe get some really cool gear. So Z&H Designs, the verdict's still out on how great their stuff is. I don't know, but the company seems really cool. And the guys that I've talked to at the company, the lead designer and one of the marketing guys, seem really nice. And from what I've seen so far on their website and what little I know of them, they seem like they have some potential. But the bottom line is, how does it sound? I don't know. We're going to find out soon. So that's the next piece of news I'm telling is. I got a lot of stuff going on here, guys. You guys are going to see tons of cool stuff. I saw the controller, forgot the name, but it has a large dial on it. When you touch it, it acts like a mouse, very simple. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's Z and H. So the new company is called Z and H. I'll put it in the chat. Z&H Designs. They have a website and they have a Facebook page. Go check them out. I have to research some more myself. Andy B's here. Hey, Andy. Such a shame SSL didn't make a UC1 smaller so that and the UF1 could be rack mounted in 119-inch rack space. I agree with you. It would be perfect. I absolutely agree with you. I was thinking the same thing. I'll bet you they're going to come out with another version of that UC1 at one point. You're right. I wish that was rack mountable. That would be really cool. That would be really cool, but it's not. But that's a great observation. I thought the same thing. But that UC1 is really good. I use it a lot. I used it during the mixing masterclass that I just finished up. I had it right here on the console next to me, and I used it primarily I used an SSL channel strip, so I used it for all of that. And then we used a bunch of other plugins as well, UA, Slate Digital, some other stuff, a whole bunch of other companies. And, but yeah, I used that UC1, throughout that whole masterclass. And I love it. It works really good. It's really fast. Like I said, if you're using the SSL channel strip, it's really cool. Or I guess if you would use like an API channel strip, a lot of the controls would kind of match up. Not all of them, but some of them would. I think that would be cool. So anyway, cool. Are you still working with Audioscape? Yeah, we've worked. I mean, I think they want to send me their LA3A at one point. I know they're working on back orders and stuff, and I told them I'd be happy to check it out. But beyond that, I almost have everything that they have that I would be interested in. So I'm sure we're going to work together on some stuff in the future. I don't know we're going to work together as much as we probably have been in the past because, again, I've already done so much work with them. There's not a whole lot left for me to do with them. And quite frankly, they're also, they've expanded. They're being noticed by much larger people in the YouTube game than me. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the Warren Hewitt and the Joe Carroll videos, and Audioscape has graduated from good old mixing music analog. And so, yeah, and that's great for them. I mean, they've expanded. They got this huge new facility now. They're getting a lot of notoriety in the music industry, which I think is great because I think Chris and the gang down there is great, and they've been so good to me. But I can understand why they're going to give, those other folks way more attention than they're going to show me. And I understand why. I would too. So I'm sure I'll still do work with them if they want me to, We do communicate about every month or so via email. We kind of check in with each other. They were really cool to donate their SSL bus compressor for the cover song mixing challenge that we just got through about a month or two ago. So they gave me a piece of gear to give away to somebody who won the first place prize. So yeah, if Audioscape wants to continue to work with me, I would love to work with them. They're great. But other companies are out there too that want to work with me, and depending on who the company is, will depend on whether I want to work with them. And if they have gear that I can actually use. I'm not just bringing anybody's gear in here. It's got to be something cool, and they have to have something to offer that I don't already have. And then also, be willing to possibly donate a piece here or there for me to give away. Because instead of being paid for the videos, which I'm not paid for any videos over here. I've told you guys that before. Nobody gives me any money. They'll give me some gear sometimes. And most of that gear is all still here. But now I'm running, I really don't need a whole lot. There's only a few select pieces here and there that I'm interested in. Anything beyond that, I don't really want to just take anything that someone throws my way just because I just don't want to do that. But like I said, with guys like Stam Audio, they got a couple of unique pieces and we're going to give some of their product away, which is really cool. And the same thing with Z&H Designs. Z&H Designs is interesting because they're a brand new company. So that's what piqued my interest in them. So yeah, we're going to work. I'm going to try to work with other companies that want to work with me. I'm always interested in trying some cool stuff, but it depends on what it is. Hey Chris, how are you? The BAE 573 EQL sounds good, but what does it say? But with no in and out switch, like on the EQs. There's not a bypass on that? I don't remember. You must be right, Chris, because if you're saying that, you're right. I don't remember if there was a bypass on those or not. I guess not, because you're saying that, so you must be right. Yeah, I don't like when hardware doesn't have bypasses or in and out switches. I kind of like that myself. John says he likes the Icon controller. Great. Well then, stay tuned. You're gonna stay tuned to Home Recording Made Easy, John, because when the Mixing Masterclass gets released, I think it's going to be released July 1st. You'll see some videos on YouTube about it and such. You can join the mixing contest if you buy the course, and that is going to be the top prize. Will be those 2 Icon controllers. And I just did the videos on Home Recording Made Easy. If you guys want to check it out, go to the YouTube channel. You'll see the video on it. Those are the actual controllers. You get them. I took them off my desk, packed them back in the box, and those are the ones that are going to be shipped. And he says he's rack mounted his UC1 in his Origin, but the UF1 would definitely be a great addition. I have mentioned this to someone at SSL. I don't know if it gets through. Oh, that'd be cool. Like I said, I mounted mine. My UF1 is right here. It's not attached. The way I did this was, it's not rack mounted with rack ears or anything like that. In this cavity in the Origin, if it goes straight down to the frame. So what I did was I bought 4 adjustable legs. I got a black pre-made shelf and I cut it to size and I just sunk like a little table inside of there and lowered it down. And then this UF1 sits right on top of it. And then I have my controller and my microphone here. And it kind of looks custom made. It's not perfectly custom in the desk, but it works for me. It works really good. And it's nice and solid. It doesn't move. It doesn't shake. So that's how I did it. I'm not sure if I took the microphone and my monitor controller away, if the UC1 would fit right there. I don't think it would. I think the UC1's a little too wide. But yeah, that's how I did mine. Because you can't rack mount the UF1. I don't have the Icon yet. You're looking at the preset in this fader port. Oh, cool. The fader ports are cool. I did reviews on those too. They're cool. They're all pretty good. All of those controllers are good. Braxel says he wants to get 6 500 series EQs. What do you suggest? Well, you want all the same ones, or do you want like pairs of different ones? I mean, I have 2 Trident ADBs, 2 Cappies, 2 Neve 551s. I have 3 different flavors. Those are what I would suggest. Or, and I think you have a 500 series Pultec. I'd have a pair of those. Yeah, there's no bypass on the 73 EQL. Yeah, it's correct. Yeah, I just don't remember. It's been a while. But if you guys are saying that, I believe you. I believe you if you guys are saying that. Okay, how many people do we got here? We don't have a ton of people here tonight. That's because of me being late. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Still got like 20-something people here, which is cool. We already got a thumbs down. People were mad that I was late. I'm sorry. Shit happens. What are you going to do? Yeah, so if you're looking for EQs, I like the Trident. You want different ones? Trident, I have Tridents, Cappies, and Neves. 246. There you go. The Tridents are super affordable. They sound completely different. Well, you also may, maybe you want to get, I don't know what you have, Braxel. Maybe you want to get a couple SSL, SSL 500 series EQs are cool. You know, the ones that come out of the console, the E series. Those are great. And they sound totally different from the Tridents. And those sound totally different to me than the Cappies for sure, the APIs. Or even those Neve 551s I really like. Those are really cool. So yeah, I think if you have a little Neve, little SSL, little API, you can't go wrong, right? Or if you're looking for something a little bit more affordable, maybe the Trident. Trident might be cool. They're affordable. They're super affordable for what you're getting, you know? So yeah, I think those would be my three. All right, let me just keep scrolling on the chat. Did I miss anybody? If I missed anybody, I'm really sorry. Go ahead and retype your question if you want, and I would be glad to answer. And if, yeah, maybe we won't be on here very long tonight because I was late, and that's okay. I just wanted to jump on and tell you guys about the new courses, tell you guys about the new gear. Yeah, and as far as new YouTube videos are going, the unboxing videos for the Pultec, for Stam will be coming soon. The Z&H Designs, I'm going to do some unboxing videos for those guys. And we're also going to, especially on the Pultec and on the Pultec EQ, we're going to look at the fit and finish, but I'm going to open up the cases and show you guys with the iPhone on the inside. We'll take a look at the craftsmanship, take a look at the build quality, see what that's all about. We'll do all that in one video, and then we'll do a separate video where we listen to it on some source material. You know, we'll listen to it on all the different things, drums, guitars, vocals, a mix, all that stuff. So you guys can get a feel for how this stuff really sounds. But the Pultec, the stereo Pultec, I'm really interested in because that's really cool. That might be something very, very cool. So yeah. Yeah, as I was talking about the 550 APIs. I have API, I have the 5500 stereo, the rack-mounted EQ, which I believe are the 550s, the 500 series of the 550s. And those are great. I use those on drums all the time. Love them, love them, love them on drums. Love APIs on drums and love them on guitars. Not that they're not good on other things, but that's where I tend to use APIs the most. Guitars and drums. And I love them. Have you ever tried the, what is that? The Avdi's E27? I've never heard of them. It's a Neve flavor. It's more Neve or API. I've never tried them. I don't know. Chris, I don't think I've ever heard of those. I've never heard of those. I've never really heard of them. So that'd be interesting. I'll have to check them out sometime. No, Braxel, I don't have two 500 Pultecs. I have the tube version, and then I have the one 500 series still. I didn't get a second one yet. I don't know if I really need it. Now that I got a stereo Pultec, I don't know that I need it. Maybe at one point we'll see, but no, I only have one. And it pretty much sits on my bass channel, that solid state Pultec. I really love it on bass. And that's kind of where it lives most of the time. So yeah, I like it. It's a great EQ, you know, for the money, you know, 1,500 bucks. It's a great EQ, but I didn't get a second one yet. I didn't get a second one. Again, maybe one day I will. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. You never know. What else? What else going on, guys? Anything else? Anything else in the chat? Chat it up. Chat it up. This could be one of the shortest live streams I've ever done, which actually be okay with me. I'm so tired and my throat hurts from all the video recording I've been doing. I'm telling you, that mixing masterclass course, man, damn near gave me laryngitis. That's going to be very cool. You guys are really going to dig that. If you're working all in the box, you're really going to love that course. It's really cool. I'm really proud of it. I'm going to mix that same song on the console and put it as a bonus video, like an overview as part of the course as well, so people can see in the box versus the console. But it won't be a full mix on the console from start to finish. It'll just be kind of a summary, whereas the course itself is from absolute beginning to absolute end, right through, and it's really cool. So you really get to see how it is to work on a client project, which is cool. Zona says, is the beauty of owning an API, you can put whatever EQs you like. Yeah, because the API, he has those 500 racks, right? Zona, isn't your console modular, so you can put, you have like a 500 rack, I think, right? I forget the exact desk you have. You've told me once before, but I think you can slide in any modules you want, right? Isn't that how it works? You know who else does that is SSL makes a console like that called the XL series. XL, I think it's called XL series, where you can buy it either preloaded or completely empty, a 500 rack. So you can insert EQ and dynamics or whatever you want on every channel. And you can mix and match all the different flavors, which is kind of cool. You can kind of make your own custom console, which is great, Oh, you got the API 2448. Yeah, right. Isn't that the one where you can slide your own 500 series in there? Yeah, you were saying you can. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that. If you like to mix and match stuff, I think that's great. Yeah, so yeah, you should try if you're interested in something like that. API is great. Again, SSL makes the XL series, which is a similar kind of desk to the API in that you can mix and match stuff. That's pretty cool. Do you track with API EQs and also send tracks through them when mixing, or are you 100% in the box during mixing? Oh no, I don't track anything in this studio. I'm a mixing room, start to finish. I don't record anything. Everything that I do analog, everything that I do here mixing wise, 99% of it is out of the box, not in the box. The DAW is just being used really, Chris, as a tape machine. There are some plugins that I do use on the print track, but by and large, it's all analog to the console and all the hardware. It's all done old school, pretty much. And there's no tracking here at all. Guess not having a bypass on the 500 series EQ is not good. When you can turn the EQ on and off in the DAW. I guess when you do it that way, there's a small pop. Yeah, sometimes there is. On the hardware, if you click it on and off, you get a small little pop sometimes. That happens with some pieces of gear, not all pieces of gear. Yeah, doing it in the DAW is easier, certainly. You know, if you want to just turn plugins on and off, that's easier than going over to the hardware and turning stuff on and off. You demoed an XL desk in Brooklyn. Oh, cool. I've never been in front of one. I've just only seen them in pictures and on YouTube and stuff. So I don't know, you know, how they are physically compared to, like, say, your API as far as the quality. Something tells me the API would probably be better build quality than an XL desk. I don't know why I say that. If I had to guess, that's what I would probably say. Not that the SSL desk isn't nice. I'm sure it's nice. If that question is directed to me, sometimes I try to get, oh, Greg, oh, okay, yeah, oh, maybe Chris was asking you. Sorry. Well, then, Chris, if you wanted to know if I track anything here, you know I don't. But if that's to Zona, he can tell you what he does. Oh, yeah, because you were talking about API EQs. Yeah. Yeah, I don't do any tracking here at all. None. I really don't have the time or the desire. This is really set up to be a mixing room, not a tracking room by any stretch. So that's cool. So what else you guys got going on? Maybe we'll get out of here early. I know I've been on here about an hour. I know it's been short. Again, I apologize. to everybody for being 30 minutes late with my technological issues. But at least I jumped on here to say hi. I don't know when we'll do the next one. It may not be for a while, to be completely honest. I'm really, really busy. So it might be a while, but you'll see all the gear I'm talking about on the channel. It will start to come out over the next several weeks. If I do get some time in another 3 or 4 weeks, I'll jump back on here. But it may or may not happen. It depends how the summer goes. But I do read all the comments on the YouTube videos. I really do appreciate you guys checking out all the videos and checking out the channel. And I hope you guys have a great summer. So I think I'm just going to head out of here and get to bed early. It's been a long day, and my throat's bothering me from all the recording today. So I just wanted to jump on and say hi. Again, thanks so much for your support, everybody. Make sure you stay tuned to the channel so you'll get a notification on all the gear and the mixing courses and the videos. And I'll see you guys really soon, okay? Thanks, guys. Take care, everybody.